Technique of the week. Here are 3 different ways to finish the darce choke. How we finish this darce is obviously going to depend on how you set it up, the size of you, right, and the size of the person that you're doing this on. But again, 3 variations on how to actually secure the final grip to apply the final pressure, right? If we're just going based off like your standard, I'm hitting darce from turtle, reminder as always, I'm going from the armpit to the going from the armpit to the opposite side of the neck, right? I want to shoot these hands in, I want to gable grip. I really want to break this posture on the neck, and I need to get the person dumped onto the side, right? That's pretty much going to be standard all the way through. You can, with some of these variations, I can secure the darce before we even get here, but nonetheless, we get to this position, right? 3 different ways that we can finish this. Your traditional way, the way that I first started learning this, is I'm gonna keep my top arm chomping down, right? His resistance is gonna be trying to posture that head and get that head back, so I have to really actively work to keep that. I wanna shoot this bottom hand nice and deep, right? And a lot of times if I'm struggling, I'll kind of just wiggle, chop, until I can get about my elbow in, right? So my elbow's right on the crook of his neck. I'm gonna chomp on his head. I'm going to transition. Notice I'm not pulling this hand off to grab here, right? I'm keeping this hand here, transition to the tricep, grab the inside of my elbow, bring this hand nice and high up on his back, and then again, I would be off my knees, squeezing, or I would fall off to my side, crunch, squeeze, and we put all the pressure together, we get the tap, right? That's your standard darce. Well, now we have what's called like the short darce, right? Islam does this a lot. If you've watched some of our recent videos, we've covered that breakdown as well. But the way that he does this one is instead of going all the way to the elbow, one, he keeps his hand in place. So he has that wrist driving up on the side of the neck here, rather than shooting this arm all the way through. So from this gable grip position, I'm gonna just slide this hand down until I can grab just below my wrist. And now I'm gonna chomp this elbow down. So again, my elbow's covering the back of his head. And instead of coming all the way to the top, I just come to the bottom shoulder. And I'm really gonna focus on pulling this wrist to my body, right? I wanna think of like I'm compressing my wrist to my chest rather than just squeezing. And as I apply that pressure and hop off to the side again, now I'm getting my entire back, my lats, all my back muscles involved. I squeeze, I put on that pressure, we can get the tap from there. Now, the last variation, and honestly, in my opinion, one of the tightest ways that you can secure the darce, is my top hand's gonna kind of twist, right? So when we get to this position, I essentially wanna invert this hand. I wanna look at the back of my palm. Now, when you're in here, right, let's say we just get to this position, it's kind of awkward to shoot this hand. So one thing you can do is kind of shift your weight a little bit so that now I can shoot this hand deep. And again, I'm not grabbing all the way up on the elbow. I'm just twisting this a little bit so that I can grab my forearm. And now as I untwist the arm and drop my elbow, that adds a little bit more of a crank. And then one other detail that you're gonna do is my elbow, I wanna pull up on that elbow as well. So I'm shooting the hand at an angle, grabbing, twisting it back, and pulling up on the elbow all at the same time. So gable grip, shift your weight, shoot that hand. Again, just grabbing at the forearm, chomp that hand back. Right here, they should already be tapping. If they're not already, pull up on the elbow, and we can get the tap from there. So there you have it, 3 different ways to finish a darce choke, from the least tight to what I believe is the most tight way to finish it. Go train, stay safe.